My name is Jerry Morrison, and I'm the chairman of the Modern Transit Partnership. And I want to welcome you here to this beautiful Hershey Multimodal Transportation Center. Before we start, I want to acknowledge and thank the public officials for being here. Congressman Holden to my left, Commissioner Litz. Representing John Payne is Todd Pagliarulo. And did I miss anybody? Did I miss any elected officials? Okay, so thanks for coming and thanks for your support. This morning we have some really exciting news on a transportation study that we just completed on what we call Corridor 2, which is the Harrisburg, Hershey, Lebanon corridor. This study was commissioned by the Modern Transit Partnership and it was financed by many of the leading organizations in Hershey. That would include the Hershey Company, the Hershey Medical Center, Hershey Entertainment and Resorts, the Hershey Trust, the Derry Township Industrial Development Authority, as well as the Pennsylvania House of Representatives and the Pennsylvania Senate. So thanks to all of you. I know many of you are here for your support in making this study possible.
Because it is great to work with an agency that has such vision. When I first inherited my new congressional district, and all of you were very new to me, and I had the opportunity to meet with you because of serving on the Transportation Committee. I can't tell you what a breath of fresh air it was to have a group of individuals who are so committed to transportation and really work so hard on it. So that's why it's been an honor to work with you. And on Corridor 1, almost $13 million in appropriations with Senator Specter were able to work, and we're still working to see that move forward. And on Corridor 2, as we get to the next step of the highway bill, John Payne and I have been working on some projects that have already been submitted for consideration. Unfortunately, the United States Senate and the administration has said we're going to have to put off the highway bill for 18 months, but we're not going to take that as the absolute truth. We're going back to Washington. Matter of fact, as soon as I'm done my brief remarks, I have to apologize and leave because we are in session later on today. We're going to try to get that highway bill moving to get it done before the 18 months time expires. But again, it's a pleasure to be with an organization that has such vision and such cooperation at all levels of government and business to work together on the transportation needs. Because we know in Pennsylvania we have congestion problems that if we do not address them in a team.
Jerry, thank you. And I apologize for my voice. And if I start coughing, don't run. I'll stop and I'll get back to speaking again. But before I start talking about the feasibility study that we have finished with the very professional help of Janet Fleming, I'd like to just briefly mention why did we even think this feasibility study was necessary? What made us decide to...
Said, with all this that goes on and all the tourists that we bring in each year, we do have traffic congestion. Hence, we brought forth the Intermodal Center, which you're standing at today, and we do have busing taking place so far. But we need to do more. On any given day, if you're downtown here, Todd and Skip and I and Sheila and Dave, we live this. We know what the traffic congestion is like here. Around rush hour, the traffic which used to back up from the intersection of Cocoa and 422 is now backed up just about the whole way to the Hershey Auto Center. So that's a good mile down the road. On 322, the traffic which just 10 years ago would back up just around Cocoa Avenue and 322 by the Cocoa Motel is now backing up way down the road, almost closing in on the Hershey Medical Center, a good mile stretch there as well. And people are turning where it backs up to around West Ariba Avenue. I live on West Ariba Avenue at the 400 block, so I'm living that as well. Cars that used to wait and go on 322 and work their way to Lebanon County or other areas within the township are now turning left on West Ariba off 322 and using that as a shortcut through town. So there's a lot going on here in the township. We realize how important it is to improve and alleviate traffic congestion. At the Hershey Medical Center, with the future addition of the Children's Hospital, they're going to be adding up to 2,000 jobs. Well, if 1,000 of those jobs are doctors, and each doctor sees, 20 patients daily, we're talking potentially 20,000 more cars a day coming into the township just in that corridor alone. So this is a very, very important project. The Derry Township Board of Supervisors, the Dauphin County Board of Commissioners, the Derry Township ICDA, and the residents of the township support this study. We also support moving forward in unison with the Modern Transit Partnership, and we're going to do everything we can to help bring forth premium busing as well as light rail down the road. So thank you very much. And
Joellen Litz is here this morning with us, a commissioner from Lebanon County, and I'm sure she has a few thoughts about the congestion coming from Lebanon into Hershey along 422. So Commissioner Litz, thank you.
Oh, he's so right. My goodness, I'm so excited because, you know, I heard a lot of talk about vision this morning, and I've been through a lot of things in Lebanon County. When it came to bypasses and that sort of thing, it was always no, 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 because we have to take up farmland. Well, guess what? This project does not take up farmland. There's an existing rail. Hooray! Hurdle crossed. In addition to that, we always think about widening roads. Well, that's very expensive, number one. But number two, coming up from Anvil through to Palmyra and on up to Hershey, we have quarries. And on either side of the road, you'll see caverns. So we either have to fill them in, bridge over them, whatever. It gets more and more expensive. To me, the most common sense thing we can possibly do is to do the rail. There's pretty much an existing right-of-way. Yes, we have to build it, but doggone it, it's the right thing to do, so let's get going. I'm excited, and thank you for letting me be part of this. I'm on board.
Maybe a little more than that, but when you hit 422, we have updated figures to 2030, and between Hershey and Lebanon, there's periods all along 422 that the number of vehicles exceed the capacity. So something has to be done.